I know. Why did she cut the song at my favorite part? It's just that I don't want YouTube police to come and get me. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my Taylor Talks channel. Make sure that you guys click that like and subscribe button. And make sure that you guys clicked an extra like if you loved Fort Town in the movie. I mean, I think they just stole the show. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Today, I want to talk about Turning Red. Yes, the new Disney Pixar movie that everyone is talking about in a good way and a bad way. We're going to break down some of the comments that people have been saying about this movie, in particular critics and parents. There's been a lot of praise and a lot of critique when it comes to this new movie. A lot of people are praising it for touching on topics that Disney has never touched on before, but not just Disney. Any animated studio has never talked on this topic before. So we're going to get into all of that. So grab your snacks, grab your food, grab your drink, and let's talk about it. So again, Pixar's newest movie, Turning Red, it actually landed in theaters and on Disney Plus March 11th. So not that long ago. And this movie, of course, is historical because this is the first Pixar film to be directed by a woman. Yes, her name is Domi Shi. And the second film after Up to feature an Asian lead character. And on top of this, the film currently has a 95% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which that basically means that the movie has universal acclaim across the board. Now, despite all of these milestones that I just listed out, the film has caused some online controversy between movie critics and parents and kids. Yes, we can't always have the good without the bad, so let's get into it. But before we do, if you guys haven't seen the movie, I will be talking about some spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, click off this video now. I love you guys, but you've got to go. Well, this is the synopsis of the movie. So we have May. She is a 13-year-old Chinese-Canadian girl. She's growing up in Toronto, and puberty is hitting her hard and different. She's dealing with all types of mood swings. She's getting acne. She's getting a lot of discomfort in her body. She's starting to actually form crushes on boys. The whole incident when her mom drives up to that grocery store or that mini market and just tells that boy off, that was just the funniest thing ever. And I felt the cringe. They really knew what they were doing. Anyways, May, she is coming into puberty and she turns into this giant adorable red panda, and anytime she feels any type of emotion, she turns into this red panda. And she inherited this red panda through her family genes. Her mom actually was able to turn into a panda when she was her age, and it runs all throughout her mom's bloodline. So that is sort of the synopsis of the movie. For the rest of the movie, after we find out why she turns into the red panda, she has to wait, I think, 10 days until she can actually put the red panda into a locket or a charm and have that red panda in there forever so she can remain the normal May that she wants to remain as. At least at first. And all of her women on her mom's side of the family have gone through this ritual when they just store the red panda inside their locket. So she's not doing anything new. It's just her first time doing it. Everyone else is aware of this ritual. When she does turn into a red panda at first, her mom does not know. Her mom thinks that she's on her period. So her mom is, trying to be a mom and gives her the talk when it comes to, coming into womanhood and being on periods, and talking to her about teas that can ease the cramps in our bellies, and gives her pads. So when I was watching this movie for the first time, I was like, wow, I think this is like the first cartoon or animation that I've ever seen talk about periods so openly. And then I did some research, and this is the very first, not only the very first, Disney show, but this is the first kid-orientated movie that talks about periods. Turning Red is a family-filled movie, and it is a cartoon, so, never before have we ever seen this before. Now, the movie has a focus on Asian culture, and of course it talks about periods and all of that, and it did leave a sour taste in some people's mouths, in particular different film critics. In fact, Cinema Blend managing editor Sean O'Connell said that he couldn't identify with May's story, and therefore the entire project was limited in scope. Now, he has been doing this for years. He's been, of course, writing reviews for movies for a long time now. He's well respected in his industry, and he said that he cannot identify with this story. He also made a specific focus on the cultural setting and came to his conclusion that a story set in Toronto's Asian community somehow made the film too specific and narrow to be enjoyed by the masses. And now when he published this, he did face a lot of pushback, and he defended himself. And now deleted tweets, which said that the film was exhausting due to his inability to see himself within the story. Now, his stance went viral and it got a lot of people riled up. So some famous people, of course, hit back, like NPR's Linda Holmes. She tweeted, "I too prefer more universally relatable heroes such as Cars with Eyeballs," and New Yorker's Emily Nussbaum. She also expressed her rage, saying, "I thought that people were probably overreacting to that Seeing Red review, but then I read it and turned into a massive bristling red panda." Now, again, since that review came up from Sean O'Connell, he has apologized, saying, and I quote, "I'm genuinely sorry for my Turning Red review. Thank you to everyone who has reached out with criticism, no matter how harsh. It is clear that I didn't engage nearly enough with the movie, nor did I explain my point of view well enough. I really appreciate your feedback." And Cinema Blend also issued an apology to movie viewers, saying, and I quote, "We failed to properly edit this review. It never should have gone up. We have unpublished it and assigned it to someone else. We have also added new levels of editorial oversight. Thank you to everyone who spoke up." Mac Rodden, editor-in-chief. The cast of Turning Red even spoke up and out about this film review, saying, "This is a coming-of-age film. I think different people of different cultures are going to go through it differently. But at the end of the day, the core messiness and change is something everyone can relate to, regardless of whether you are a young Chinese girl from Canada or not." Now, after that whole debacle was over, well, let's be honest, it's still going on. But after Cinema Blend cleared the air about that review, Turning Red began to trend again for an entirely different reason. Some parents have taken to social media to complain about the film's administration storyline or about using period throughout the movie, which they deem too mature for PG audiences, even though the average person who menstruates gets their first period at age 12. Some Twitter users have deemed the movie as inappropriate and embarrassing, and some parents have even gone as far as to release warnings to different parents saying, "Do not watch this movie. We should only be able to talk to our children about puberty and adolescence, and that this movie has taken that opportunity away from them." And on the flip side, many Twitter users have also weighed in and supported the movie, saying, "It's actually wild how many people are bothered by the period talk in Turning Red because young kids will see the movie. A lot of girls get their periods at like 8 years old. I was 10. Some are also praising the movie for showing a wide variety of menstrual products, demystifying pads, tampons, and other hygienic alternatives. Some saying, and I quote, "The way I sobbed when I saw the pads in Turning Red, women are so often reduced to smaller versions of themselves, either sexualized or non-existent. To see a film list out different kinds of hygiene products with such normalcy was moving." So again, a lot of controversy, but despite all of that, the film has received an overwhelmingly positive response. And a lot of people globally have seen this movie on Disney Plus, which just proves that people are ready to hear about this even more. This movie premiered #1 on Disney Plus globally. Now, Disney Plus even released a statement talking about this, saying, and I quote, "Thank you to all the fans around the world who embraced their panda and made Disney and Pixar's Turning Red the #1 film premiere on Disney Plus around the world." All in all, I think Turning Red was a great movie. I think that Disney Pixar is getting it right. They're moving into the right direction. I think people are more susceptible to this message now more than ever. I mean, they could have put this message out way sooner, but you know what they say, the best time to do something is now. So All in all, I think they did a great job. I can see more Disney movies talking about serious topics, not only just serious topics, but everyday topics. Literally, majority of women around the world get periods. It's not an uncommon thing. It's not something that should be on the hush hush about. But sadly, for a lot of households, it is. And I'm glad that Pixar broke through that barrier. I also liked how they had this movie in the early 2000s to get us that new vibe, that new feeling, like a fresh setting or a fresh perspective for a Disney movie. And I also like how they focused on friendship between girls. I think growing up, friendship was everything to us or to a lot of people. So I'm glad that they showcased that. And I'm glad that they showcased the relationship between May and her mother. I thought that was really powerful in how her entire family, her grandmother and her aunties came together to help her towards the end, showing that family is important. And of course, I loved Four Towns. I mean, they just cherry on top for the movie. I need them to make like a 30-minute show about Fort Town. I know that would blow up. What did you guys think about the movie? Did you guys find the movie offensive? Did you guys applaud the movie when you watched it? Did you think it was fun, entertaining? Did you like how it was set in the early 2000s? I want to hear what you guys have to think about this movie. Make sure that you guys comment below your thoughts. Again, like and subscribe for some more Taylor Talks. Be on the lookout for the next video that will be coming out soon. And as I always say, stay safe. See ya.